Hello everyone, it's Chrissy from Chrissy's Beautiful Life, and I am here to do tag number 2. So this is the one that Caddy and Evie are doing for their pretty pattern paper playground, and I'm excited. These are some fun questions, so let me get started. Again, if you haven't seen the one that I just posted, I've got a cold, so I'm a little high pitched. I sound a little silly. I am in my second trimester of my second pregnancy here, and I feel okay today, but I look like a teenage girl, so please excuse that. And I'm ready to jump in. So there's 12 questions on this one. And the first one says, what are 3 random facts about you? So I have a hard time ever saying this stuff. Let's see. I live in Canada, but I grew up in the States. That's something I think I've mentioned quite a few times, but it's kind of just a random fact. I do have dual citizenship, so if for some reason I ever wanted to move back down to the States, I could. I don't want to, but I could. And let's see what else. When I was in high school, I was a band geek, and I was in the marching band, and I did all of that, and I actually had a lot of fun. In the high school that I grew up in, it wasn't. We were such a small school, and everyone just knew everyone, and it wasn't really a big deal to be a band geek there. So that was kind of fun. You were almost like supported for your interest in music. And what else can I say here? It's a really bad. Let me give you a bad random fact. I am the worst cook ever. I am. A lot of times I try to cook for our family, and I can do easy things, but I got to tell you, a lot of times we are eating food from stuff out of the oven that has been prepackaged. So I'm not a great cook, and I think Sean wishes I was, but I'm just not. So there's some 3 random facts for you. The second question is, when and why did I start scrapbooking? So this is almost a twofold answer for you. I actually started when I was really young. My mom scrapbooked right when it first became popular, so I was pretty young then. I got into it when I was in high school. I started scrapbooking on my own. I stopped, went through, becoming an older teenager and into my early 20s and all that fun stuff. I did a little bit of scrapbooking here and there within that time frame, but I really started into it again after I met Sean, and then the addition to our family. So once our, that part and the family aspect, because that's what most of us scrapbook about, right? Is our families and stuff like that. So that's really where I got into it. I'm really fortunate about that though, because I literally have been able to document the moment that Sean and I have been together and onward. So it's really fun to see that. And then I do random pages of life before that. But really, my life really started when I met Sean, and we've had our family. So I've had really fun with that, and I've enjoyed kind of where I started scrapbooking again and picked everything up. And it's where I started, technically, I guess it'd be 2013. So right when everything was becoming popular again, and everything kind of transitioned. It was right around that time is when I started scrapbooking again. Number 3 is, when do you get to craft? When Jackson's sleeping would be that one, or if I happen to, like today is a random day off for me. I should be at work, but our shift changed just a little bit, so I'm at home and Jackson's at daycare, which is completely pointless, but that's just, I took it. I'm taking my day off, so I'm getting some scrapbooking stuff done today. But yeah, if it's late at night, sometimes I can scrapbook, or on the weekends I try to do a little bit here and there. But it's very small spurts. Very rarely do I get to do a layout in one sitting. That does not happen with me. It's normally about a three day or a 3 different time process to create a layout. Number 4 is, what is your style? So I just answered this in the other tag that we did, and I consider myself to be trendy eclectic. So I really like the trends. I like to try them, see what works for me, what doesn't, combine them into what's appealing to me, and then and just make it work for myself. And then I'm saying that a lot, excuse me. But I do like to try different things, so that's where the eclectic comes from. So I like it all. I don't know. It's just kind of what I've decided I've called my style. I don't know what else to explain about it. It's really hard to describe your own style. You can see other styles and like name that off without a problem, but to name your own is really hard, I find. Number 5 is the top 3 go-to techniques. So my first one is I am obsessed with packing my photos with tissue paper. Almost every layout I do is backed with tissue paper. It's just something I go to and I do it automatically and don't even realize I've done it. So I love to do that. If I'm not doing that, I also like to do, or when I'm layering, I do a half layer. So it'll be a piece of pattern paper in 2 corners, and then it's a brand new color, different one on the other one. So it's like a blocked square, but it's not all one piece of pattern paper. I love to do that. I like the pops of color that brings. And I really like to do the triangular effect with making sure there's 3 things in 3 different areas to make your eye move around the page. And then me personally, with my style, is I am huge with my journaling. So there are layouts where it's all about my journaling and it'll be down one whole length of the page. I do a lot of layouts like that. I just enjoy it. I scrapbook for my journaling, so that's why I like to add it so much. Number 6, parts of collections that I always buy. So I currently, paper, I guess is kind of one of those obvious ones. But then there's also my love of the chipboard now. I'm obsessed with the chipboard, the 12 by 12 chipboard that comes with collections now, especially like the crepe paper. I really love those. I'm having a lot of fun playing with those. So currently it would definitely be that. My favorite old and my new favorite collection. So my all-time favorite old collection is the Pure, and I can't even remember what company or manufacturer it's from, but that was my all-time favorite collection, and I should have bought so much more of it. I don't even own a single piece of it, but it was my favorite. And the new collections, I don't know very much about new collections because I'm trying not to look at them as I'm on a spending freeze. But I probably say it's probably right now, from the little bit that I've seen, is the Dear Lizzie Saturday. So, and that's not even that new anymore, but I like that one. My favorite essentials. So I'm not picky when it comes to glue and scissors and stuff like that. I just bought a few of what I had. I think I bought most of it at Michael's. They work for me. That's great. My glue, I have a glue runner. It's blue, and then I have the rolls of glue that tape that you just rip off, and they're just from Walmart, and they're cheap and they work and it sticks well, and I just go with it. So I'm really not picky about stuff like that. Let's see, my favorite mixed media essential. So that is a little bit new to me. I am dabbing into mixed media more and more these days, and so I just had a big order from the Spiegelmom Scrap Shop for a lot of the Shimmers products, and I'm very excited about that. I am really getting into like the dazzlers, the textured paste and stuff like that. So that's kind of new to me, and that's one of my new essentials. Heidi Shine always, because it's so pretty. I guess that would be another one. Number 10, let's see, product in abundance in your stash and why. It's a really hard one. I have to look over at my craft table here. I don't really know. I guess maybe ephemera packs. I have quite a few of those that I don't go through as fast as I'd like, but I buy them all the time. So I guess it would be that. Other than that, I really 6x6 pads. Actually, that's what it is. I have so many. And I don't want to get rid of any of them. So it's 6x6 pads. I need to do like a series on it. Maybe do that Jen's Gao series and bust through some of them. Number 11, changes from manufacturers or collections you'd like to see. My biggest one, and I'm sure this is just me, but it's stop bringing out collections so fast. Like Mickey Holmes has had 5 collections in the past 2 years. It's just, how are you supposed to keep up with that on a budget, like a family-friendly budget? It's hard, and then you go to buy it and you can't even get your hands on it. So I really think they should slow down a little, make it larger so more people could get their hands on it. really enjoy the collections and really use them and utilize all the fun things that you can do with them. And then down the road, do a new one. It drives me crazy how fast they come out. I can't keep up with it. I can't afford to keep up with it. So I don't love that. I know why they do it. I totally understand. And it's not going to change. It's just my little pet peeve. And finally, advice to a new scrapbooker. Don't give in to online stuff. You never start off with what you see online. It took me so long to find my style, and I still do things that are very, I guess, what you would consider amateur, but it's fine. Learn what your style is, what you like. If you don't like something, just don't use it on your scrapbooking. Find it something else that works for you. That's what's nice about YouTube, is we're all so different that you can really find what you love and try that technique, and if it works, adapt it to something that works for you, and it's just make it your own. We share our work so you get inspired. No one will ever be upset if you steal an idea to make it your own, because it's never going to be the exact same. You're always going to change it and do something else with it. So I think that's it. Don't feel like your work isn't as good as everyone else's, because you have to remember, most people that are posting online have been scrapbooking for years and years and years and years. So if you saw their or our first layouts, they look exactly the same, and your first layouts are actually probably way better than ours ever was, because you get to play with all the fun new stuff. So don't be disheartened by that, and just have fun with it, and always ask us, any of us, questions. We're always willing to help new scrapbookers. So that's it for the pretty pattern paper tag. I had so much fun with these, and I hope you've enjoyed. Bye everyone.